Hello everyone. This is a game that I've enjoyed a decent amount of time with. It's called Battlefleet Gothic. It's about Warhammer 40k space combat. It's very similar to a game like Rome Total War because it's a real-time tactical game. And this is a spaceship from a Space Marine fleet in this game. So this is a ship designed for close-range brawling, and that's the way most of this fleet is built. You can see I'm floating in front of my home planet Fenris here as the Space Wolves. And this is my dock. You can also see I've got other ships floating in the background here. These are actually my ships. It's pretty cool. So I can click on those and look at the different kinds of ships I have. I've got all kinds of ways to customize these ships here. I've got stats that show me what type of weapons the ship has. If I hover over it, I can see that there are things that will highlight. That's just a tiny cannon on the front. When I hover over it, so I can see what kind of weapons and where they're placed. I've got all these different traits, different things, like for instance, Space Marines have unique morale. They are more accurate than other things to some degree. So Space Marines also basically never retreat, which is pretty cool. We've got our upgrades here. These are things I've selected and paid for with this currency up here. This allows me to boost the capabilities of the ship with additional equipment. Skills are things that the crew know how to do, so they are just more abilities to use in combat. Favors are things that you can purchase at a very high cost to make the ship have unique crew. In my case, I don't know if it works that way for every race, but so I've purchased Master of the Forge here, which means this ship is a Mechanicum ship. You can see the skull there showing the Mechanicum logo. And that means that this crew member here, Rorik, is on the ship. He normally wouldn't be there. He's a Master of the Forge Tech Marine, and he allows me to have a crapload of upgrades. You see the ship has more upgrades than most. It's this ship right here. The ships are larger or smaller. Here's one of my battle barges. This one has my Chief Librarian on it. You can see the symbol of the Librarius here, the demonic skull. He is on the crew, Najal Stormcaller, good old Space Wolf Techno Shaman. And so you have lots of crew options you can upgrade, but in this case I'm upgrading Jaal because he has a psychic power that does fun stuff for this battleship. But yeah, this is my entire fleet here on the left. Lots of upgrades and things. A lot of slots open down here at the bottom that I haven't upgraded everything yet. I am level 8, which is the max level for this Admiral, but the ships are not max level. I don't even know what their max level is. So you can see that they're different levels: 7, level 1, level 3, level 4. Some of these are more recent purchases than others. This one has a crew upgrade that I can do. That's cool. Okay, so I click here. Crew is highlighted. I want to add something to my crew. I have made this ship extremely defensive, and I'm going to add more Space Marines to it. That'll mean that it's even harder for the enemy to board it. Basically impossible for the enemy to board my ship here. Too many Space Marines. Okay, so that's how that works. Let's see. I'll go ahead and unlock another ship here, show you how that works. Unlock a slot. I paid 200 renown for that up here. I'll add a ship. I've got a Mark 1, a Mark 2. I don't have one of these Strike Cruiser Mark 3s yet, so I'll go ahead and add one of those. What does it have here? Bombardment Cannon. Has a 270 degree firing angle. Pretty good. Macro Battery. Broadsides, 90 degrees on each, and a 90 degree forward firing prow lance. Pretty cool. This is a gunship. It is a little bit cheaper than the others because it probably does not have, yeah, this one has ordnance and this one has torpedoes, so this one doesn't have quite the same armament, but it's just a brawler. So I added it. Cool. Okay, click on it here. Let's see what kind of skills I've got. So if I was building a brawler, what do I want that brawler to be able to do? If I had fighters, that would be nice. Yep. Let's add some fighters. So this ship will be able to protect itself a bit better by deploying a fighter squadron to shoot down enemy torpedoes and things that are fired at it, since this thing is going to be in close range a lot of the time. And what else do we want it to do? That sounds fun. Argus Disruptor. So this will make other ships be unable to see when it's close range. So if I send the ship out in front in the lead, and then I use this ability, then other ships will be blinded temporarily. It's a pretty cool thing to be able to do. Okay, so let's move on to combat. Alright, this is a convoy mission. I am the defender. You can see the mission type here. My job will be to get a group of little ships across a line, and basically I'll have to race across space to try to save them from what might be certain death. So I'm going to send this ship, one of my better battleships. It's a level 3. It has my librarian on it. And I have a decent amount of points left. I'm going to be relatively combative here. I'm not going to use my new ship. It's neat, but I have a lot more cool skills on this, the Honor of Valaris ship. Alright. And I could also bring... Well, actually, I could bring the other cruiser. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, well, I will use the new ship on this mission then. Alright, let's do battle. You see, I was only able to bring so many ships because they have point values. This ship is 309 points. It took up 309 of my 600 total points. I'll get bonus renown. That's money for the amount of points I didn't spend. In this case, very little. You can see that I am the Space Marines, and I'll be fighting the Imperial Navy. The Navy are the equivalent of the Imperial Guard, for those of you that know Warhammer 40k, but they don't fight like the Guard because they have extremely powerful and slow ships. The Guard, if you know Warhammer 40k, are all about having lots and lots of units. And they do have big tanks and things, but in this case, the Guard are extremely slow, powerful ships. Or Navy, sorry. Alright, so that is my lineup. I'll go ahead and ready. And these are my sweet-ass ships. You can see my flagship there with a librarian on it. Some macro batteries close up. Alright, these are the pathetic civilian crew that I will have to protect. Some of them will almost certainly die. Alright, so here's our board. This map is where we'll be fighting. I actually would have preferred more asteroids. Oh well. I'm going to click this, and now I can see the outlines of this clouds and this asteroid belt and things like that. I have a unique upgrade on these transport ships that allows me to drive them directly through asteroid fields, and the AI will be frustrated by that most likely. So, my plan is to run interference for those guys here. I'm going to drag these ships out, place them down, and then I'm going to place all of these guys along the outer edge, and I'm going to force the enemy to come right through that asteroid field for them if they want them. This could be a terrible idea because sometimes enemy ships have bombs and things they can drop directly on my head, and that would suck if they did that. Alright, so I just set waypoints for them. Whenever I hit ready, the game will start. So here are my ships. Let's talk about the interface for a little bit. When I click this ship, you see a lot of busy shit down here. This is a very complicated ship. This panel controls its movement. If I want it to stop, I would click here. If I want it to go full forward as fast as it can go, I would click here. Keep in mind we're not actually in the game right now. We're in a setup phase. These are hard turns. Now, of course, I can just right-click move, and things will move as if they would in a Total War game or any other strategy game. But if I want to turn really fast, I can use these buttons for a high-energy turn. These are the weapons that I have, and you can see their arcs are outlined when I hover over them. Some of them have very wide arcs, like for instance, these are broadsides. So they fire at 90-degree angles out of the side of this large battleship. These cannons face 270 degrees forward, so the only arc they're not covering is the reverse arc. This ship has no reverse firing weapon. Oh, wait, yes it does. It's got ordnance launch bays, which technically fire in every direction. The ordnance bay is this thing in the front. It's going to launch ships out from there, and things like Thunderhawks. These are ships that are filled with Space Marines that are going to act as bombers and fighters attacking enemy ships. Alright, so that's that. There's a lot of unique upgrades here. Those are things I've added to this ship over time. More upgrades here. These are the stats: speed, damage, health, armor, sensor range, number of guns, all that crap. Cool stuff. This is how we define the AI of the ship. So right now it's set to focus on its broadsides because it has powerful broadsides. We could click here and it would focus on its prow guns, trying to fire mainly forward, but I'll leave it on broadsides. This is the engage range. So this is the range at which it prefers to engage. So if I set it shorter, the ship will try to get closer to shoot more weapons. And then this is the side that we want it to engage at. So if you only generally use these buttons when guns on your ship are destroyed, because over the course of the battle these can be shot off. Everything can be destroyed in this game. The ships are very modular. Okay, these are orders. These orders along the top allow me to tell it different things, like, for instance, reload faster, aim more carefully, brace for impact, take less damage, and running silent allows me to make no sound at all initially. This is my Librarian special power. It's a psychic ability I can cast other ships that forces them to take a morale test, and they may have a mutiny on their own commander if they pass it, and which means they'll kill the guy in charge of the ship, which is pretty useful. These are things like Lightning Strike. This uses my ship's teleportarium to send things, in this case, Terminators, to the enemy ship. These are boarding pods. You see they only work on the broadsides, 90-degree angles, very small. They allow me to fire pods at enemy ships from my broadside. This is that fighter squadron I mentioned earlier that can protect me. This is a skill that refuels all my fuel. These are shield skills, and a very important skill here in the lower right is the warp jump. So if my ship were about to die and I didn't want to lose it, if I lose it, it costs me a lot of money to repair it, or just time not using it, then I try to warp out. It's very important to try to save your ships in bad situations. You don't want them to die. You don't want them to blow up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set waypoints for these guys too. I don't want them to drive through this asteroid field here because they are not that they don't have the same type of armor that I've granted these other guys. Even though these guys are super tough, there's a special upgrade here that lets them drive right through asteroid fields. Alright, so this is a very simple setup, so I'll just go ahead and hit ready and see what's up. Okay, we got enemy ships right here. That sucks. So I'm going to try to turn. Oh, we got a minefield right in front of us. That is pretty troll. This minefield would have been a problem if I hadn't been paying attention. They're firing some kind of weapon here. Looks like a Nova cannon. Yeah, these are Imperials, so they're trying to bombard us with stuff. Alright, let's go faster. They know where we are now. Alright, faster. They want to intercept our puny transports. Our poor little friends. Oh, problem. They are dropping a bomb in front of us. Let's go a little slower. Oh, God. More bombs. This is a stasis field they've deployed here. The idea behind that is that they're going to try to freeze everything inside that field. Turning about. I don't know what this is yet, but I'm going to try to attack it. Okay. Things are starting to get real. These torpedoes are going to miss. They fired torpedoes at me here. Let's slow down time. Alright. We are in slow time now. Terminator Lightning Strike. Yeah, success. Nice. Terminator Lightning Strike. Fire that off. Let's send some Thunderhawks their way. Launching Thunderhawks at them. And I'll go ahead and go to a lock-on stance. This will allow me to fire more accurately. This ship's been taking a lot of damage, but I'm not too worried about it. Oh dear. This ship has a problem. There are enemy... there's a bomb here. What is that? Oh, it's a Nova cannon. That's okay. Oh dear. More cannons being fired. Yeah, I'm staying in slow time for now. That's unfortunate. I think this guy's going to get by these torpedoes. I'm going to brace for impact, so he takes less damage. I will boost his speed, but I think he's going to get hit directly. Actually, let's turn directly into the torpedoes. Oh, they're melta torpedoes, so they set a fire on the ship. You can see this fire lit up here. I'm going to let him burn for now. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right. We've got torpedoes here we could fire, but I'm worried about firing into my own ships.
Enemy in sight.
Where are they coming from? We've got a large Imperial cruiser here. Oh, he's got Terminator Lightning Strike. Interesting. So he has Space Marines on his team also. Alright, let us slow them down. Dropping a bomb here. Alright. I feel safe that I can fire this now. I'm firing a boarding torpedo out the front of my ship here. It's going to try to come out, rotate back around, and hit this guy. So it's a seeking missile. Alright, let's speed time back up. I want to be more accurate with this guy. Uh-oh, my ship's going to get caught in that. That's not good. But their ship got caught in it too, so that's fine. This ship is extremely on fire. Turn around. I need this ship over here. I'm getting this ship turned around. Boarding torpedoes going to slam into him here. Bam, bam, bam. Weapon destroyed. Goodbye. He attempted to teleport out. Oh, I've got a mutiny. That's not good. Uh-oh, this guy's in trouble. Oh, they're firing the Nova cannon. That's bad. Speeding these guys up.
Show us the enemy.
Let's tell this guy to attack him and attack his generator to slow him down.
Ready for battle.
Let's turn and fire some sort of torpedoes, shall we?
Hold course. Tactical maneuver engaged.
Incoming. Where is he going? There we go. Torpedoes fired. Eat that. And then ram him. Bam! This ship is burning up. It's already dead.
Space Marine transport ship I am
Need to get these ships moving. That is not good.
Space Marine ready.
This ship's trying to teleport out.
Ready for battle.
This ship is a problem.
Astartes vessel ready. Show us the enemy.
Trying to... Oh dear. I just realized I made a terrible mistake. I'm inside this asteroid field.
Hold course.
Trying to get out of that. My battleship's not moving over here. Need to get him going. Send some Thunderhawks. The ship is very damaged.
Arm the machines.
Let's tell these guys to go faster. This ship just warped out. Oh, this ship's in trouble. And Steam is causing a problem for me. Cancel it. I'm jumping this guy out, warping out. Oh, I hope he makes it. Oh, this is going to be close. Alright, he got out.
Regroup. Initiate targeting protocols.
I need to send this guy around. It's one less enemy ship. Now it's a race, and my Space Marines are too slow to catch up, most likely.
Engines.
Got a minefield here. That's unfortunate.
To position. Show us the enemy.
Alright.
Tactical maneuver engaged.
I think we're going to make it. His other ship's turning to fire its broadsides at my little babies. Poor little guys. That's not good. Let's go faster. This guy's going off the board. That's not great for him. I don't think he can control his ships when he's doing that, but I don't know for certain. Looks like we're gonna make it.
To where we are needed.
He's firing a looks like a bomb here. I'm just trying to dodge that bomb. Yeah, stasis. He may have actually caught himself in that.
Standard speed engaged.
I think he actually did catch himself in that stasis bomb. It's kind of awesome. Alright, one of my ships has escaped already. They've just got to get across this finish line here. So this is one of the many different types of missions you can encounter in this game. Here they come back.
Reposition.
Turning about. Let's deal with this guy. Probably won't have to do too much to deal with him.
Enemy in sight.
Gonna brace for impact here. Try to stop him with our body. Deploy fighter squadrons. Turn about here. Try to dodge these torpedoes. Oh, some are gonna hit. That's fine. Launch Thunderhawks. Ah, we got out. So our little transport has escaped, and we've won. So that is Battlefleet Gothic in a nutshell. I took some damage here, so I lost money because my ships were a little hurt. This ship has some problems. It left with very heavy damage, so it'll take some time to repair. And it got lost in the warp as it jumped out. It'll be out of combat for a while because it's just gone. So I don't have it for the next time I want to play. I'll hit continue and show you what that looks like. Alright, so here it is. This ship is a little on fire, it looks like. Oh, this ship's also on fire. Why was that ship on fire? Okay, that must have been a bug. Okay, so as you can see, we're lost in the warp here. It's very sad, warp storm that we're in. 2 turns remaining. I could get it fixed faster, but I don't really care that much. I'll just, and by turns it means battles, full battles. So I'll just wait for it to get out of the warp and come back to us. Ooh, looks like we've got some upgrades here though. So I can upgrade my battleship. This librarian ship is pretty cool. I'm going to be using it to assault a lot. Space Marines love to assault. And I'm definitely going to get First Company Terminators. These guys are going to make my lightning strikes way cooler. So that is the next order of business. That is 400 points. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm almost out of money. Probably can't even afford to upgrade this ship down here, the level 2 one, the one I bought just a moment ago earlier in the video. But let's look at our crew. Okay, oh right, of course, we're going to upgrade Njal here because we want more librarian psychic powers, so we're even scarier now. Alright, and for this ship, yeah, we can't afford any of these upgrades, I'm assuming. No, 100 points, we don't have it. But we could give it a better crew. So we have to decide what we want to do with this ship. I think this is a gunship. It's for shooting. This guy says he gives 25% crit chance on lances and macro weapons. So what weapons do we have again? We've got a bombardment cannon. We've got a macro battery. And we've got a heavy prow lance. So that benefits at least 2 out of 3 of these weapons. I don't know if it applies to this one or not. I assume this is a macro weapon, but I don't know. But we are going to give this point to the master gunner. We want to pew with more pews. And that is all I have to say about Battlefleet Gothic for now. I'm really enjoying this game. It's a fun 2-player co-op game. Does not go any more than 2. You can also play 1 versus 1, but if you have a fleet that is higher level than someone else, like a level 8 fleet with all these ships here, that's incredibly unfair, and that's unfortunate. But it is super fun co-op, so take from that what you will.